Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to do some one-page rules, and I'm going to pit my homebrew Space Marine chapter against a chaos cult. No heretic Astartes today. This is just a rabid bunch of underhivers who have decided that worshiping the ruinous powers is the way to go. So the setup here is that the Star Griffins are here to put down this rebellion after it has threatened to consume the hive. The planet's probably going to get exterminated anyway, but that's the way it is. The Church of the Obsidian Ring has found some goodies. They have hijacked this Malkador tank and put spikes and crap all over it, and there's a bunch of graffiti all over it. They are not joined by their leader today, but they do have a Psy Witch leading a gaggle of cultists, and they do have an Icon Bearer leading a gaggle of cultists, and they are joined by 2 Chaos Spawn. Over here, the Star Griffins have a combined veteran squad, that's 6 guys, along with their chapter master, that's Nodens the Silver-Handed. They are joined by Revenant, whose name has been lost to time. He is an ancient dreadnought. And a squad of Terminators in Nocturne armor. So I'm going to have to shoot this one kind of strange because the way the one-page rule stuff is set up, I'm kind of going between my notepad and between the app. So I'm going to have to make rolls and stuff in between shots, and I'll kind of update you as the battle progresses. So I'm going to set up the terrain, and we'll get going. All right, here's our setup. We got the cultists on this side, the Star Griffins on this side. The Destroyer squad is in the teleportarium. They're going to ambush in later. Here's one of our 2 objectives. The other one is over there. And we are going to start this off. Let's see. I'll grab some dice here, and I'll see who's going to go first. So, first roll is for the Star Griffins. They roll a 5, and the second will be for the cultists. Okay, so the Star Griffins are actually going to start. That's just bonkers, man. Revenant moved up here, put 6 shots from his big minigun into the Chaos Spawn. Those have AP2, that's 6 shots. He hit 3. This guy defends on 4s. He had to roll all 6s in order to defend. Yeah, well, I guess the Dark Gods protect on that. Well, it ended up dying anyway. The Chaos Spawn charged in. It attacked with its claw attacks. AP1 didn't even scratch the chassis. And the stomp attacks and that giant power fist put it down pretty quick. So that's 1 Chaos Beast down, and the Star Griffins control a point. Nodens and his squad just move up from their deployment area into 3-inch range of this objective point, capturing it. They really don't want to get in range of any of that mess that tank is packing right there, because it's got a demolisher cannon, it's got a laser cannon, it's got 2 auto cannons, where we're not feeling that right now. Well, it turns out Nodens and them didn't have to worry, but Revenant does, and that really, really hurt. Revenant is he's at half now. That overcharged laser cannon and that demolisher cannon took a giant chunk out of him. And that's kind of scary. This guy's the commander of the Chaos Malkador is coming plowing through here, hoping to reduce Revenant to slag so that his buddies can move up and capture the point. So, that's not looking good over here. The Star Griffins are actually out of activations, and the Chaos Cultists are going to activate the rest of their units. They have 3 left. They have this gaggle of cultists here, that gaggle of cultists over there, and that spooky-looking Chaos Spawn. This group of cultists moved up a little bit beside the tank, and luckily this is actually the melee squad, so most of these guys are armed with pistols and close combat weapons. There is a shred rifle, and there is a stubber in there. The stubber managed to actually scratch the paint a little bit, adding another wound. But other than that, that attack was pretty impotent. Meanwhile, over here, this Chaos Spawn and this group of cultists, these are actually the ranged squad, so they've got a little bit more power behind them as far as shooting. He couldn't quite charge into them, so what they're doing right now, actually kind of wanted to move him a little bit more. He's contesting this point here. So there's sort of some tension there. Although what's probably going to happen is the Marines are going to round the corner and mop all these guys up. But, that guy is a psyker. So we'll see how that's going to turn out. But with that's all of round one done. And I'm going to see if the Star Griffins want to ambush their guys in. Although I'm not sure they have a whole ton of space to do that. We'll put them someplace. So they might actually want to flank that tank. Because they've got power fists, so that might get some wounds on it. Because otherwise, I fear Revenant over here is about to have a very, very bad day. And that's exactly what happened. These Terminators, they teleported in about there, charged around the corner, and did about 5 wounds with their power fist attacks. They don't have deadly, but they have an awful lot of AP. So it's down to 10 wounds from 15, and it's a start. So, moving on to Cultists' first turn of the second round. This group of Cultists starts marching through here around their Chaos Spawn friend. The Psyker, that's mainly who they wanted to get to see the other squad, them and the Heavy Stubber guy. The Stubber and the two guys with auto guns here did absolutely nothing. But this Psyker managed to get Demon Fog off and wipe 4 guys from there. So that was kind of nuts. He wasn't in range to also get the Terminators, but my word. Those guys in the back took shots at the Terminators. They didn't do anything. They're just cultists after all. But they're brave for trying, I guess. Revenant stubbornly holds position and opens up with that autocannon, and it's a slaughterhouse. He hit every single shot, and that's actually higher than their save can go. That would require them to save with like a 7, and that's not possible. So they just lost six cultists. 6 of the 10. I don't think they have to do morale quite yet, because I think their leader's still there, but I'll check that really quick. And the Chaos Spawn charged into these guys here. It rolled a 4, meaning that its 6 attacks get another AP1. So it had 6 attacks at AP2, hitting 2 and just destroying the last 2 members of the squad. Nodin stands alone against this Chaos Abomination as cultists laugh and chant in the background. I don't feel very good for Nodens right now. But he's got that big old power weapon, so he's going to hit back now. So with his great chainsword, he did 2 wounds to the Chaos Spawn. So he's I've modeled it as like a spear, but but he's retaliated fairly well. Unfortunately, he's still alone. In the meantime, I actually went ahead and took a turn for those Terminators over there, and they continued to get stuck in at the side of the tank. They dealt 2 more wounds. The rugged construction saved it from a little bit more. But they're just trying to pound away on the side of it to get it to go away, to stop blowing stop blowing their friend to hell. So we're gonna see how that goes. The guys in the tank finally figured out that there was something hitting them from the side. They reversed. They still shot over there. That overcharged laser cannon managed to put 2 more wounds on Revenant. Then they aimed their Demolisher cannon at this group here, who tanked the entire shot. only to have one of them get injured by one of the autocannons on the side. The second autocannon shooting over there didn't even scratch the chassis. So this was kind of unfortunate. So Nodin's engaged. He actually managed to get lightning fog off, killing 3 of these cultists miraculously. The other 3 actually made their 5-up. Then he attacked this Chaos Spawn, almost killing it. The Chaos Spawn retaliated, dealing 2 damage to him. It also has Fear, however, which means it actually won melee. So how these guys work, the Star Griffins are rolled up as Dark Brothers. So what this means is they don't make morale checks, like they don't run. So instead, for every wound remaining, you roll a d6, and on a 1 to 3, they take another wound that can't be ignored. Well, he had 1 wound left. He rolled Grim, failed Grim, and died on the spot. So he died in combat here. So the forces of chaos absolutely control this one. So we are going to see how it pans out over here. This situation is actually weaker for chaos than it looks, because these cultists are going to get mopped up pretty quick, I imagine. And this tank has been rolling kind of bad, and it's actually about to start breaking down. So we're gonna see how that goes. By some miracle, one of these cultists managed to get a pistol shot through on Revenant, dealing 1 more damage. He's got 2 wounds left before he goes down, but that's the chaos activation here. Actually, I think we're actually done with round 2, so we're gonna move on to round 3. It really could go either way. These Terminators and that Dreadnought are very, very scary, but that Dreadnought's on its last legs, and that tank still has a lot of firepower left. The cultists are sort of a crapshoot. You never know how it's going to go with them. Absolutely devastating salvo of attacks from this group of Terminators. They ran in there and started hammering it with their power fists. That was another 6 damage to this thing. It managed to save 1, which means it's at 1 wound left. It succeeded. It actually succeeded morale in its holding position. I guarantee this thing is a smoky, sparking mess. It's on fire. The crew is panicking. I think Chaos is going to want to activate their tank next, because they have got to solve this Terminator problem. Ooh, it's just as brutal in the reverse. That overcharged laser cannon just shredded these guys. The demolition cannon did a little bit more damage, and man, this I wanted to roll this on camera because he's about to do his Grim save, because it's just him and he's got 1 wound left. So if he rolls a 1 to 3 on this d6, he's dead, and that's the squad wiped. Which means that tank is going to probably exist for another round unless Revenant can hit it with its autocannon. So here we go. Oh, he lives! Oh, oh, I got to name this guy. I'll come up with a name for him later. He's the guy with the minigun. And Revenant puts it down. He advances through the alleyway the entire time, his autocannon screaming as as he's shooting over the tops of heads of these cultists. It's he hit every single shot, and this thing it just couldn't bear it. Not even sturdy construction could do it. So a round gets through, hits the magazine, and the whole thing goes up, lights up like a Christmas tree. Actually, I'm surprised those guys nearby aren't dead, because it probably exploded pretty big. So Chaos had 2 activations left for the round. They moved up their Chaos spawn there. And unfortunately for our last guy, he just went down to a hail of autogun fire from the rear. Literally, these guys just turned around, opened up with what are effectively pea shooters, trying to fight a walking siege tank, and they did it. They actually managed to kill him. So we're on to round 4. That's going to get pretty messy, guarantee. Revenant opens up with his autocannon and shreds 3 more cultists. They succeeded their morale roll, and they're still in the fight somehow. Okay, I wanted to get this last bit on camera. The Chaos Spawn has just charged Revenant. It rolled. It has the +1 AP. It has AP2. It's about to do its 6 claw attacks, and Revenant has 2 hit points left. If Revenant goes down, it goes to the cultists. If he doesn't, and he can hold out and kill the Chaos Spawn, then I have no idea what's going to happen, because we're dealing with a bunch of little dudes versus a big guy in a robotic sarcophagus. So here we go. It needs to roll 4s. I think it's 4s. Wow. That is every single one is a hit. That's every single one. Revenant needs to not... Ooh. I think he's a Dreadnought, so I think he saves on a 2-up. I can't look while the camera's on. So that means he's saving on 4s. He needs to succeed all... He needs to at least succeed 3 of these. No. I can't math. Hang on just a second here. He's got 2. So he needs 5, I guess. No. Revenant gets torn up by a Chaos Spawn. And that's the game. Man. I thought that quality would outshine quantity in this case. In a couple of ways, it did. Because, that giant heavy tank was... I thought that would do a lot more damage to a lot more stuff than it did. I mean, it basically wiped the Terminator squad, and it nearly killed the Dreadnought. But, yeah, that was kind of fun. I've gravitated so much towards simpler rule sets that even this was kind of hard for me to keep track of. But, I'll get used to it again. It's because I got some friends that are building some armies, and maybe we can get their armies on the channel too. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was a lot of fun. Glory to the Dark Gods.